We're here today at the beautiful seaside community of James Bay. This neighborhood has a large population of historic heritage homes and apartment towers with everything in between. It is one of the oldest residential neighborhoods on the west coast of North America. A town close enough to the central hub of downtown, but far enough away that you can enjoy West Coast living at its finest, and one of Victoria's most sought-after neighborhoods. Welcome back to Market Facts Friday. Residential development of James Bay began in 1859 when Governor Douglas decided to construct colonial administration offices for the colony of Vancouver Island across the harbor from Fort Victoria. Known as the bird cages were replaced in 1898 by the Parliament buildings, which still serve as a meeting place for the Legislative Assembly of British Columbia. Between the construction of the bird cages in 1859 and the completion of the Parliament buildings, a considerable amount of residential development took place in James Bay. The family home of James and Amelia Douglas stood on the location of the present Royal British Columbia Museum, behind which is located the house of John Sebastian Helmeken, the colony's first doctor, Speaker of the Assembly, and son-in-law of the governor. The childhood home of Canadian artist Emily Carr, built in 1863, stands on Government Street, formerly known as Carr Street, in an area of numerous, mainly modest wooden homes that date to the later decades of the 19th century. Grander homes in James Bay include the Pendray residence on Belleville Street, built in 1897 for William and Amelia Pendray, who originally made a fortune in the Cariboo Gold Rush and later opened a soap factory at the Laurel Point and Pinehurst. Another residence that was built in 1890 on Battery Street for William James McCully, a retired American lumber baron and banker. The population in James Bay is just over 11,000 people, with the majority of this being an older demographic due to its low turnover. Inventory remains low in James Bay even when we're in a peak season in the market. This neighborhood also has some great schools, the first being James Bay Community and the second being South Park Family School, which are both elementary schools, making this a neighborhood for everyone. Tourism plays a significant role in the economy of James Bay, both because it hosts many tourist destinations and because it is home to the Ogden Point cruise ship terminal. Many Victoria's key attractions are located in the neighborhood, including the Parliament buildings, the Royal BC Museum, Beacon Hill Park, Fisherman's Wharf, and many hotels and bed and breakfast establishments. Another beautiful spot located in James Bay is the Ogden Point Breakwater. The area gives people an opportunity to see Victoria's busy harbor traffic as cruise ships, ferries, sailboats, float planes, helicopters, and more all pass through the area to reach Victoria. Wildlife is also commonly spotted along the breakwater. It is definitely one of my favorite walks in the city. This community remains beautiful all year round with many things to see. If history is something of interest to you, James Bay is the place to be. Thank you for tuning in and always on your team.